If you were to sit a room full of people down, not just people that look like me, but various people, and ask them, pick your favorite Batman, I'm sure you'd get a handful of answers. The three most obvious answers would be Keaton, Bale, and Affleck. Each, respectively, have done something worthy of note that make them understandable choices. Keaton was the first superhero to bring a dark, brooding, and edgy take to the genre. His Batman embraced the gothic roots the character notably has. It was a great take on the character that was fresh and compelling from what we have already seen. Bale put the character back on the map after the disaster that was the 90s take on Batman. He was a grounded, realized character that existed in the most part in reality. Bale, unlike all the other Batmans, had an arc that ultimately concluded. He went from being a vindictive college kid who wanted revenge for his family to ultimately giving up his life to save an entire city. By the end, a man that couldn't find his happiness was smiling at a cafe, living on with his life. Ben Affleck's Batman was obviously the darkest take on the character yet. At this point in film, we have never seen a Batman completely break psychologically. Bale's Batman had become a sheltered man in The Dark Knight Rises, but still kept to his rules.
No guns, no killing.
Affleck's had completely stepped over the line, branding criminals and enforcing practically murder on those who stood in his way. The optimism Bale's Batman once had in people.
This city just showed you that it's full of people ready to believe in good.
Was no longer there for Affleck.
But he is not our enemy.
Not today. 20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way?
All these actors make compelling arguments for why they are great. For this reason, I'm going to make it even more difficult by adding another entry, Kevin Conroy.
You're not safe here. No one is. Don't worry about me. You're needed out there.
Conroy's Batman was the pinnacle of most, including my own, childhood. While not a physical portrayal, Conroy brought justice to the character with his voice and the wide range he brought to both Bruce and Batman. Conroy did the voice not only for multiple television series, but multiple animated movies, including today's lost and found subject, Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm came out in the winter of 1993. It was the only animated Batman film to be released theatrically. After a strenuous schedule of only 8 months of production and a budget of $6 million, it went on to gross just short of its own budget. It was a hit with critics praising the accomplishments in the style and the faithfulness to the source material. Some critics even praised it over previous Batman films, including both Keaton Batman films.
Freeze!
That's a scene from Batman Mask of the Phantasm, a Batman animated feature that was made in 1993, and Roger and I never reviewed it, and as far as I'm concerned, we made a big mistake because it's terrific. I enjoyed it more than the current Batman adventure that's in theaters, and I kind of like that picture.
Mask of the Phantasm, of course, follows Bruce Wayne during two different periods in his life, during his Batman days and before he had finally taken up the mantle. The plot is driven on the Phantasm, a masked vigilante who is brutally murdering the top gangsters in Gotham. Immediately, the police and the city council blame Batman for these murders. During all this, a love interest of Bruce, one that made him question his own guilt towards the loss of his parents, comes back into town. Mask of the Phantasm is easily one of the best Batman stories for the simple matter that it properly analyzes the most important character, Bruce. It clearly challenges the viewer to not only question Bruce's psychological mindset, but if him being Batman is the right thing to do at all. Bruce's inability to cope with his parents' murder is essentially the driving stake as to why he is Batman. This is further challenged when he finds something rare to him, happiness. This torment is best shown in a great scene in which Bruce, crying in the rain, asks his parents for what he should do. He feels sorry, guilty even, for finding a woman and finding happiness. Bruce has always believed that his happiness came at the price of saving the city, and that torment comes when he realizes he could step away. Perhaps the city doesn't need a Batman. Ultimately, he is forced to choose.
You can understand that, can't you? Look, I can give money to the city. They can hire more cops. Let someone else take the risk, but it's different now. Please. I need it to be different now. I know I made a promise, but I didn't see this coming. I didn't count on being happy. Please, tell me that it's okay.
Seeing Bruce happy makes the heartbreak worse for us, the viewer, when we know deep down he won't be. Bruce Timm's character design, made famous by his years on the Batman the Animated Series, have aged brilliantly in this film. This is a film that's 25 years old and was animated in only 8 months. Unfortunately, due to the low box office returns, it is easily forgotten in the comic book film swamp. An earth-shattering disappointment considering such gems, animated gems like Food Fight,
damaged goods. I'm not the one who's gonna be puppy whipped. You cold-farted itch.
Right.
cost $65 million. With inflation, that's 6 times more than Mask of the Phantasm. Beyond the fantastic set pieces, including a great construction scene where Batman is on the run from a police task force, and of course the ageless design, the real stars here are the voice acting. Kevin Conroy makes a strong contention for the best Batman in anything he does, including his work here. His Batman voice is crisp, deep, but not overbearing. His voice range is incredible, especially during that touching grave scene. However, one cannot forget the Joker. For those who do not know and will be blown away, it is played brilliantly by Mark Hamill. Yes, Luke Skywalker has been faithfully voicing the character for almost 3 decades. His Joker is a touch funny, but sinister, and quickly unravels to be extremely dangerous.
That's right, Hearty. Bring in the press, why don't you? What a photo op! The councilman and his wacky pal.
You're no friend of mine.
Oh, Artie, I'm crushed!
The film's running time of 76 minutes is a brisk watch. Somehow, someway, they managed to interweave 2 time periods and multiple characters without overloading the viewer. It's a testament to the fantastic writing team, the same ones that brought Batman the Animated Series to a television screen. Mask of the Phantasm is a great study on trauma, guilt, PTSD, but mainly the psychological unraveling of Bruce Wayne. Anyone that is a self-professed Batman fan must see this. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe and give this video a like. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, leave a comment down below.